Okay, so now let's get into what's been going on at the trade deadline. Now, we're going to talk about some big trades at the trade deadline. Sauce Gardner got traded to the Indianapolis Colts. Yes, Sauce Gardner, the defensive back, cornerback, whatever you want to call him, seems to, and many people would talk about he's not as much of a shutdown corner as maybe he was his first year, but it looked like the Jets are trying to stack up their first round picks. They're trying to stack them up, and so they got rid of Sauce Gardner and traded him to the Indianapolis Colts. Let me see. Gardner was a 2-time All-Pro and one of the elite corners in the league. His departure swings both team trajectories. He got traded in exchange for 2 first-round picks. It's a major win for the Colts, and it makes the Colts more of a contender. And the struggling Jets, it puts them on the path to rebuild with Aaron Glenn, and so they got him up out of there. Now the Jets also got rid of Quinnen Williams, the defensive lineman. He is going to Dallas, and Dallas are trying to beef up that defense. And he was traded to the Cowboys for a 2026 second-round pick, a 2027 first-round pick, and defensive lineman Mozzie Smith. It says, why is this notable? Involves a high-value defensive lineman being moved from a team of transition to one trying to contend. Will this help the Cowboys defense? Yes. Will it change the Cowboys defense? No. I think Quinnen Williams is a really good player. He can play much better than he's played these last couple years, but I think he's an excellent player, and I'm ready to see what he does over there in Dallas. And then we have Jacoby Myers getting traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars for a 2026 4th and 6th round pick. Now, I think this is a good trade for the Jaguars because Travis Hunter is on the injured reserve, and the Jaguars are really trying to make it to the playoffs. So this is more of a short term, and it says it right here. Trade like ones above. This deal shows how teams balance short-term and long-term strategies. Jaguars adding receiver help. Raiders gaining future picks. He can help so I really believe in that receiving core and that they got over there in Jacksonville. I do in Trevor Lawrence. And so what they didn't want Travis Hunter to go down, be on injured reserve, and they really hurt at the wide receiver position. Because all it takes is one more person to go down or be hobbled, and then you have a problem with throwing the ball. So they got Jacoby Myers to kind of fill in for Travis Hunter, and I think that was definitely a good trade for them. The Raiders, they're looking to the future, and it scares me when they say they're looking to the future because, I mean, how long is Pete Carroll going to be there? I don't know what the Raiders are doing right now, but they're going to have, I think this team is going to look totally different next year. I really do. And then so we got, we're going to talk about what the Eagles did because the Eagles is a team, they're sitting 6-2. But we know they have trouble with their defense, but they did not let this trade deadline go without doing something at the trade deadline. They acquired Jair Alexander from the Baltimore Ravens in exchange for a 2026 6th round pick. They also received a 2027 7th round pick. They also acquired Jalen Phillips from the Miami Dolphins in exchange for a 2026 3rd round pick. And earlier they traded for Michael Carter from the New York Jets. The Eagles received Carter in a 2027 7th round pick and gave up John Mechie and a 2027 6th round pick. So Howie Roseman making moves. Eagles never let that deadline go without trying to make themselves better. We'll see if this makes their defense better. Hopefully it does, and we will see what happens. But those are the big things that happened today off of the trade deadline in the NFL.